I'm Jeff Philbin, and this is Dinner DeeAs, the show solving the problem of what's for dinner, one recipe at a time. Today, butter chicken, marinated chicken cooked in a rich tomato and butter sauce. It's been described as wildly luxurious, and we'll show you how to make it. Joining me to share how he makes his butter chicken is Chef Inder Suryawanshi. He's the executive chef for the JW Marriott over in Clearwater Beach. Hello, my friend.
Hello, Jeff.
It's so great to have you back here because this isn't Chef Inder's first visit to the Dinner DeeAs kitchen. He previously brought us his airline chicken with smashed Florida potatoes, which is still available at our website, dinnerdeas.com. Today, a dinner idea direct from Delhi, butter chicken. First created there in the 1950s and now eaten around the world. Why is this dish so special?
This is so special for me. First of all, I grew up eating this every other day. My mom's cooked one of the best recipe in butter chicken. So every other day I used to sit down with my mom, eat the dish, and I wanted to feature that dish in here. So there's a little bit tweak of the butter chicken, but it's amazing.
I love it. How do we start this dish then?
So first we're gonna marinate our chicken. So to marinate the chicken, we use here small pieces of chicken thighs.
Okay.
Yogurt, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of yogurt here.
Boneless, skinless, and could you use chicken, if you want to use white meat, could you use a white meat too?
You can use a white meat, you can use with the bone, or you can use without the bone.
Okay.
So it's up to your preference. Then we're gonna add some ginger garlic paste. This basically, you just take a ginger and garlic, blend it together and make a paste out of it.
Okay.
And this is the turmeric, you can get in any of the market here. And red chili powder. This is the ingredient, it makes it like a little bit hotter.
Okay.
If you want a little bit milder, you can utilize, like instead of full teaspoon, you can use a half teaspoon.
Okay, so you can customize. So you can go a little bit less, you can go a little bit more. So this is up to you folks at home, how hot you want it to be.
And then this is the garam masala. Garam masala is basically mixture of the different Indian spices, which is cumin, coriander, cloves, and cinnamon.
Okay. It's so fragrant too.
Yep.
It's one of my favorites.
And then this is a little bit of salt. And you just mix it together.
No blending, no heat, just simple.
Simple, all ingredients together. And this is ready to keep it in a refrigerator. You can keep it refrigerated around like an hour, and it's...
Okay, so for about an hour, this is gonna stick inside the refrigerator.
Yes, correct.
Perfect. To make this for your dinner tonight, get Chef Inder's recipe with all the details for everything you're gonna need at our website, dinnerdeas.com. Grab your phone, open up the camera app, and scan the QR code in the corner of the screen to head right to us. All right.
And next we're gonna utilize the rice. This is a basmati rice. Usually we use it back home to eat with the butter chicken.
Now, why basmati rice? What makes a basmati rice so special, and why is it so unique to a dish like this?
This basmati rice has a little bit more fragrance, and it's when you cook it, if you see the grains, it becomes a longer grain, and it's not too sticky. So it's really like a loose. So that's the reason we use like 2 cups of water and 1 cup of rice.
Okay.
And you just...
Now that's a ratio, so 2 to 1.
2 to 1.
2 to 1.
Yep.
Okay. And that's it. Just a little bit of water. And then the rice. No butter, no anything.
Butter, nothing. You can add a little bit of salt if you want, just to get you more flavorful.
Fantastic. All right. I love it. Now, this is a dish that you started cooking when you were a kid because of your mom.
Yes, correct.
How important was it to be able to have your mom infuse so much of your journey of being around food to where you're at today?
So, again, I'm far away from my mom, so this is the one thing I keep her legacy with me. So every time I remember her, so I try to cook this dish and eat at home, and then this is one of my favorite dish to cook and eat.
Now I got to ask you, because everyone wants to know this one. I know you're thinking of it too. Is it as good as your mom's?
It's not, but at least I can remember those memories as because it's very hard for me to fly from here to go back and eat her butter chicken, but at least I can create my version of butter chicken here.
I love it. It's the next best thing because it's just that little piece of home. It's a little bit of mom coming through in what you're making. So
Correct.
I love it. So let's start the sauce.
So first of all, we're gonna add a little bit of oil.
Now, what type of oil are you adding in?
It's a canola oil.
Okay.
Can add the butter.
And then it's just pure butter.
It's
just a
pure
lot of butter.
butter,
Now, salted, unsalted butter?
You can use salted butter, but when you use unsalted butter, you just use a little bit less salt.
Sure.
So it doesn't. And then once it heat up, you're gonna add this onion.
Very nice. Now, those are just red onions that just
This
went in?
red onion chopped really finely chopped. You can either like chop a little bit bigger and blend it later on,
Okay.
or you can just chop it really smaller and you don't have to blend it again.
Very nice.
So let it cook this.
Perfect. Now, what are you looking for as it starts to melt the butter and as the onions start to cook? Are you looking for it to be translucent before you start adding in the other ingredients?
So onion is one thing which you have to cook it really good in order to take out that smell.
Yeah.
So as we're cooking the onion, and plus if you cook the onion a little bit more, it starts leaving that oil and it gives you more flavor.
Okay.
So we're looking for is it's a little bit, once it's cooked, that color, and then it's a little bit of oil. Next, again, we're gonna add ginger garlic paste.
Okay.
This enhanced your like flavors. Like we add 2 tablespoons there, and just mix it really good while it's cooking. Then we're gonna add this tomato puree. So basically, this is Roma tomatoes. We chopped it, pureed it, and we're gonna add it.
Very
so
nice.
that's the most important ingredients in the butter chicken. It's tomato puree and the butter.
Sounds simple enough. Sounds like a plan. When we come back, we get our marinated chicken into the pan with, yes, butter. And we'll show you why this is an Indian dish you have to try ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. Ideas for dinner, fresh for you. And today we're making butter chicken with Chef Inder Suryawanshi from the JW Marriott on Clearwater Beach. For anyone who's never tried it, Chef Inder, how would you best describe butter chicken?
You can make this up to mild, spicy, or even extra spicy, however you like. The one key ingredient to do that is chili powder. So you can adjust the chili powder according to your taste buds,
Very
and
nice.
it will makes you like either spicy, medium, or mild.
Now I've got to ask you, because we've had an episode here on the Dinner DeeAs that we did a chicken tikka masala. What would be the difference between a butter chicken to chicken tikka masala?
It's almost similar type of concept when it comes to the butter chicken and the chicken tikka masala. Butter chicken is basically a little bit a milder side of the chicken tikka masala.
Before the break, we marinated chicken thighs in yogurt, lemon juice, ginger, garlic, and spices, and let it marinate for 1 hour. And then we started our rice and our sauce. We fried up onion, garlic, and ginger. We added our tomato and let it cook down for about 5 minutes.
Correct.
So what's next then?
So next we're gonna add all those good spices in there. So first we're gonna add
And we already started by taking the chicken, already sauteing it.
sauteing it. It will take like 5 to 10 minutes. We don't want it to overcook it because we're gonna cook it inside the gravy later on.
Yeah.
So we cook it about like 20 to 30%, and then keep it for the rest, and then we add it in our sauce. So next we're gonna add the cumin powder. Coriander powder.
Now, are these ingredients very easy to find in a local grocery store?
You can get it any of the local grocery stores like a Publix, Walmart, any
Okay.
Grocery stores you can find. Turmeric. This is the main ingredient, red chili powder. you can, I like spicy, so I added a little bit extra. I'm sure, Jeff, you like it
I'm
too.
ready for it. Bring it on, my
Alright.
friend. But for those at home, if you want it to, this is where you can control that spice level of the dish, right?
Yes.
Now, I got to ask you then, for a mild version of this dish, can you just omit it entirely, or do you really need it? Because otherwise, it would just be really bland.
You really need a little bit of that heat in there, so it keeps that Indian flavors in there.
Okay.
But again, if we can even mild it down, so with the
So just a little bit, just a little bit at a time,
and this is garam masala, which is a blend of the different whole spices.
okay.
And then this is the cashew paste. It's made out of the cashews. Cashews, we can soak it in the water overnight, or we can just boil the cashews and blend it together.
Okay.
This will give you that richness of the butter chicken.
Love it. And this is something that you would have to make.
Yes.
This is not one that you would have to find at the store. Okay.
Mix it together.
Oh, those smells are coming alive so well. If you want butter chicken for your dinner, get Chef Inder's recipe for this classic dish on our website, dinnerdeas.com. Scan the QR code right here, folks. It's right here. Okay, I've mastered where it actually is on the screen. It's taking me all of the time, but it is right there. All you got to do, take your camera, point it right there, and a link is going to point right up to take you to us. And look, all of that coming together so nicely. Now, how long does this need to cook for? What are we looking for?
So the chicken we cooked already for 20-30%. So we need to add, once we add the chicken, it takes at least 12 to 15 minutes to fully cooked, and then maybe like 2 to 3 minutes to rest, and it will be ready to go.
Sounds like a plan. While our chicken simmers in the sauce, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Chef Inder's tips for heating store-bought naan bread as our butter chicken all comes together ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz for a dinner idea direct from Delhi. Butter chicken, first created there in the 1950s and now eaten around the globe. And right here in our kitchen, courtesy of Chef Inder Suryawanshi. Now, my friend, you actually, the last time you were here when we were doing this beautiful airline chicken, I said, hey man, if you could ever come back inside the Dinner Diaz kitchen, would you make this dish for me? One, because it has so much ties to your family, which I think is an absolutely beautiful tie-in. And number two, it's one of my favorite dishes, like, of all time. So this is a real treat to see all of this come together. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Jeff.
And so before the break, we seared our marinated chicken and what else? Butter, and started our sauce of onion, garlic, ginger, spices, and tomato. And though we're nearly done, there's a few final steps to get this just right, starting with a second side in addition to our basmati rice. So you just pop that into the oven. I didn't even get a chance to even know what was going on there. So tell everybody at home what we just did, what was the side, walk us through it.
So that's a naan bread. It's a plain naan bread. You can find that in any store. We just put a little bit of butter on there so it gets moist and the flavorful, and we just toss it in the oven for a couple of minutes.
Perfect.
And next we're gonna add the finishing touch, which is the cream. In this butter chicken, look at that, it's a nice and beautiful color.
Absolutely. Absolutely looks beautiful. Now, while you kind of get all that cream in there, I got to go in for a taste test because this has been staring at me all episode here.
And this is the magic ingredient. It's called fenugreek.
Now, where would you find fenugreek?
So fenugreek you can find in any Indian store, or you can find in a bigger store, which is like a Walmart. So this is basically made out of fenugreek leaves. So they're dried out and it becomes like this. So
what is the taste then of it? What should you be tasting for?
So this is, it's a little bit bitter, but once you add it in any of the sauce, it gives you that aroma of the fenugreek. So we just crushed a little bit on the top of that. And mix it together.
It has a nice earthiness behind it too, which I like. Very nice. Okay. See, this is a dish that my wife makes quite a bit at the house, and it's me coming right behind her and doing this exactly like that. because I'm like literally stealing bites every single time. You gotta like keep this away from me because I'm literally gonna take all of this right now to myself because
That's all for you.
no, it is. It is all for you guys at home because for Chef Inder's butter chicken, all you need are some simple spices plus chicken and a bit of butter. And his recipe, which is ready and waiting for you on our website, dinnerdeas.com. Just scan the QR code to get right there. And I think our naan is ready to go, so perfect. Very quick to kind of put this together then.
It's just 2 minutes and ready to go. So we just cut into like 4 pieces. If you like 2 pieces, it just you can put it like this here and just like this.
This is where the artist comes into play here. This is the master at his craft. Look at this. And I have to admit, my friend, I absolutely love the plateware on this one here. This is stunning here. It just accentuates.
And you can just add a little bit of rice on the side,
Okay.
which we already have cooked here.
And that's just the basmati rice that we cooked earlier, and it was about a
Yes.
2-to-1 ratio.
Correct.
So you played it to the side. Okay. See, my wife, when she does this, she puts everything like in the center and goes. So you're saying you don't have to do that.
No. So
Okay.
the reason why, because we have a naan bread and a rice. So if you want, we can always take the naan bread and dip it with the sauce.
Yeah.
And eat it. And then once you're done with the naan bread, you can already mix the rice together.
Okay.
So, and we can finish with the, this is just basically a simple heavy cream.
Very nice.
And almonds, a bit of almonds. And then this is just in a pickled onions. You can, this is not necessary, this is just an add a little bit of more crunchy side on the top.
Now, is that a common addition to Indian food?
So onion is a common addition to the Indian food. So you can, basically in India, when we eat the food, we eat the raw onion with it. So this is just an elevated...
Raw onion with it?
Yes.
Raw onion. So now we're taking it to a whole nother level by pickling it.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And this is a micro cilantro.
Now, micro cilantro, for those at home, is this something that can easily source? Cilantro is found very commonly, but
So
micro cilantro, is this something that most can be able to find?
So micro cilantro, you can, it doesn't have to be micro. You can easily find the regular cilantro any of the store and just pick the small leaves on top and use as a garnish, or you can just chop it and add it on the dish.
Absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Look at that. Look how beautiful this absolutely looks. When we come back, time to taste test our butter chicken to see if it's earned its classic status ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz. Today, we're welcoming back Chef Inder Suryawanshi from the JW Marriott on Clearwater Beach. We've been making the classic Indian dish, butter chicken with a side of basmati rice and naan bread. Trust me, my friends, it smells as amazing as it looks. So this is the favorite part of the day. We gotta go straight into the taste. So what should I be tasting here?
So you're tasting naan bread. So I recommend to eat by hand with the naan.
All right, show me the trick then.
You just make the naan
The
bread.
authentic way to do it.
Yeah, authentic way to do it, and you just dip it in the sauce.
Okay.
And just. Do it right there.
What's really nice about this is that you can taste the chili. You get all of that, the heat, which you said you like, which I also appreciate as well, which is absolutely fantastic. And you cut some corners. You made it a little bit easy for us to be able to take the naan and to be able to just celebrate what this dish is all about, which it's really about heritage, right?
Yep.
So, does it taste as good as Mom's right now?
Almost there, but it's not as my mom made.
Okay. That's a good sign then. because that means that you're always striving for the next bit
Yep.
to see how you can kind of get there and take it, because this is absolutely a winner. I do think Mom would be proud of this one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Mom would be absolutely proud of this one because you've done such great service to it. All right, and now, I've been going straight in for our butter chicken sauce, but now I gotta get the chicken into it. Whoa. It's absolutely perfect. It's moist, it's tender, it's taking all the flavors of the marinade, but it's playing so well on this. Like, I just really wanna take all the naan right now and just start scraping the plate and just start living in all of this, because this is literally a dream come true, because you came back and you did this. This is one of my favorite dishes, and I can't thank you enough for being here. Thanks again to Chef Inder Suryawanshi. Visit his restaurants over at the Clearwater Beach JW Marriott. A link is on our website, along with his ridiculously delicious recipe. That's dinnerdeas.com, or scan the QR code to get there. Whether or not you've tried Indian food before, make this a dish that you make, my friends, and let us know how it turned out. Follow us and message us on Instagram at DinnerDeas. I'm Jeff Philbin. Thanks for watching, and see you next time with more Dinner Dias.
Thanks for watching Dinner Dias. And remember, anytime you're hungry for a great dinner idea, just go to dinnerdeas.com. That's dinner, DEEAS.com.